Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tap Group's interview series where innovation meets real world impact. Today is a super exciting episode because not only we are diving into the future of cold chain logistics, but we also have a very special guest joining us. Welcome to the episode, Mr. Ahmad Shweiki. You're the CEO at Aycell Scientific. The company is our proud sponsor for the upcoming second edition of World Cold Chain Expo. So, Mr. Ahmad, how are you feeling to be associated with us through this expo?
Yes, thank you, Tanya, for this. We are really excited and waiting until September to come to present there with
Right.
your yes.
So, I would like for you to, give like a very short, brief description for those who are listening to us about what ISIL is. What is it that comes as an image of ISIL?
Yes, great. Thank you for this question. I am Ahmad Shweiki with background of biotechnology. I've been almost 20 years working in medical devices in this region.
Mhm.
Actually, I have observed many challenges happening when it comes to cold chain. I decided last year to start the company Aycell Scientific to fill these gaps, to bring the right technology, like our partner Spot C, to which they have like a global standard to bring it to the region to fill these gaps and go to the next level when it comes to cold chain monitoring.
Right. Well, that is exciting. I think that is some sort of a personal motivation that, pushed you and pushed your limits to start a company like ISIL. So we will get into other details as well. But first, let's kick things off. Before we get into the technical side of our discussion, I'm curious to know if you had to describe the cold chain industry in three words, what would they be? What would the quick three words be?
Yes, quickly, it will be first essential, second evolving, third one is impactful. So
Right.
cold chain from our point of view, it's not about the transport. It's about safeguard the quality. It's about consumer safety, patient safety. This is what
Right.
does it mean for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that was concise and very clear. So, I personally am very interested in understanding stories and motivations behind companies that are currently, flourishing in the industry. As I mentioned earlier as well, that it is very interesting for everybody to understand that there has been a sense of motivation or a sense of challenge that somebody has personally felt and then, tried to initiate a startup or a business like that. So was there a
Yeah.
light bulb moment for you when you knew that Aycell Scientific was going to lead the way in cold chain solutions?
Definitely, definitely. Like being working in medical devices industry, where is the cold chain is essential. I've been into different cases, situation like having some failures. So I will talk just briefly about two light bulbs. First
Mm,
one, that when realizing that most of cold chain failures are happening in last mile delivery when it leaves the controlled environment places and going to the final destination, sometimes hospitals, pharmacies, or in food in different places until reaching consumer or patient. So this is a light bulb for us. That's why
mm,
we are bringing from spot C indicators to fill these gaps to have the full integrity for last mile delivery, as well as my second light bulb when realizing that there's really great technology, efficient and smart technology to have real-time monitoring.
mm,
So this definitely it changed from being state from reactive to proactive. Like we still see it, even myself and medical devices a few years back, and in the region, still most of the cold chain providers still working on reactive. You know, you have the standard data logger, temperature data logger, then you check with the quality, then you discover there is failure with temperature or excursion happen. So this was light bulb for me that there are today great technologies to have real-time monitoring to change your situation to be proactive. So when started the excursion happened, you can prevent it and you can save the goods, you can save the shipments. This is
mm.
our two light bulbs for us.
Well, that is very interesting to know, and that you're actually trying to, create a meaningful impact with this industry, and that, you understand what kind of challenges are there. But if I were to take this a step forward, I could understand that Aycell Scientific is also known for pushing its boundaries in the business. So, what is one innovation or a breakthrough that you are especially proud of that people might hear more about at the expo, at the World Cold Chain Expo?
Yes, we are at Aycell Scientific very proud to bring the Walmart QR product. It's just very simple sticker. It's battery free. It's to monitor temperature. It's with the QR, which you can like monitor individual package from manufacturer to again to end user to patient. This really very simple but powerful technology enable this last mile delivery in very simple, very economic manner.
Right. So I believe that innovations are great, but obviously, Mr. Ahmed, the cold chain world isn't exactly a very easy street, and a lot of people are not very clearly aware of how and why is it so crucial in today's time more than ever. So, what would you say is the biggest challenge that the industry is facing right now, and how is your company in particular is trying to help solve that particular challenge?
Yes, the most challenge today is again the last mile delivery because most of the failures are happening because of the last mile delivery, like
Mm.
based on different references, trusted references in the region, in our region, 78% of failures are happening because of last mile delivery. So we see it as the biggest challenge, and that's why we decided to bring technology that used globally in different region to
Mm.
bring it to this region of Gulf region and Levant countries where we have biotech, we have medical devices, we have food and beverage and specialty food to have this kind of technology to solve this the biggest challenge.
Right. So I just have like a one question to ask you that today the Gulf region, especially in UAE and Abu Dhabi, the area is becoming a sort of a logistics hub. So how
Yeah.
relevant is the cold chain transportation or logistics or the kind of AI technologies that businesses are currently bringing to the region? How relevant are these becoming for the GCC region?
Yes, definitely, because the being hub and leading the way of logistics in UAE and the region, it's very important to have, again, safeguard quality when it comes to cold chain.
Hmm.
So it's we see it as essential. It's not any more luxury anymore. So it's essential to have the full integrity of cold chain monitoring and being again proactive to prevent any failure can be happened.
Absolutely. I think that was
Uh,
very insightful to learn that how the development is currently taking place and what sort of a change it is bringing to the industry. So, if we were to, let's say, talk about the expo, the World Cold Chain Expo, ICEL is, as I mentioned, the proud sponsor of the upcoming second edition. So, why do you think it is important for you and the team to set up at this as a sponsor this year, particularly?
Okay. Actually, we participated also in the first time event last year. We
Mhm.
were impressed actually about the event itself, great organization, the stakeholders, the people who are attendees attending this, the exhibitors. So I see it personally, this is the most relevant exhibition in the region. And really, we are now expanding our partnership with you, like to be a sponsor, to be main partner with you, because we see it really very, very important. And for us to be sponsor in this event is not about showing our products. More,
Hmm.
we are more keen into awareness, into education,
Right.
to market with the right technologies to solve these gaps we are talking about.
Right, I think that's a great thought. And currently, as well, I think the moment that you and I started this conversation, it was very obvious that, a company simply does not showcase what it has in terms of a product, but it is also important to understand the idea where the company is coming from. And I'm sure that at the expo you will have the opportunity to, and I'm sure you're looking after this opportunity to also involve different stakeholders and understand where ICER is coming from and what is it and why is it that you want a certain product or a certain technology come to the market, contribute to the cold chain industry and then eventually flourish. So I think that's a great idea. And if I were to fast forward to a few years, Mr. Ahmed, what do you think is your vision for the cold chain industry? I mean, personally, if I were to ask you a personal comment about this, and like, let's say if you were having the same conversation when we are in, say, 2030 or maybe after that, so what would you want to be bragging about your company, how it has made an impact, or what do you think would be something that you vision?
Yes. Vision, we say it like the complete cold chain integrity. It's being like a standard practice everywhere in this region. So we want ISIL to be as a key enabler for this transformation. And like again, the smart, very affordable package to package pellet or each case, each sensitive medicine, insulin, vaccines are monitored until reaching to the patient, and this to be as a standard process in the region.
Right. Great. I think that's a great vision that you carry, and it is important for the healthcare sector to have people who are considerate to the wellness of the product and how it should be, traveling across the world. So before we wrap up, Mr. Ahmed, if there's one key takeaway or message that you want the visitors who are coming to the expo and fellow industry leaders to remember after meeting you at the expo, what would that be? How should they remember Aycell Scientific?
Yes, I will tell like Aycell Scientific makes integrity visible and trusted in every step of the way. That's what we are, a key message for us. Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm sure that you're very excited as we spoke. I could
Yeah.
obviously realize and feel that this is an opportunity that you want to share with others as well. So this has been an awesome conversation, Mr. Rahman. I'm so pumped to see that ISIL is going to bring so much energy to the expo, and you're committed to collaborating with others as well. So, thank you so much for joining us. And to all the listeners, if you're passionate about innovation logistics or you're just simply curious how your products are traveling in a good frozen way across the world, stay tuned and make sure you meet ISIL Scientific at the expo. Thank you for joining, Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you, Tanya. Thank you very much.
Yes, we
Thank you.
look forward to meeting you.
Yes, sure.